Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be talking about the new moon total solar eclipse in Sagittarius, which is occurring on or around the 4th of December 2021, depending on where you are in the world. This is a powerful one, you guys. Really, really potent and powerful. And the energies of this eclipse, we can trace back the beginning of this evolution of energy to 2020. It was in June 2020. I do believe it was June. Let me fact check myself here. Yeah, June 5th, 2020, we had the first in this series of eclipses along the Gemini-Sagittarius axis. And so this is the climax of that energy. And we've been talking about this energy throughout 2021 because one of the major things that this energy has been doing is assisting us in this process of rewiring our minds, mastering our minds, and rewiring our belief systems. And so there's a beautiful climax and crescendo to these series of eclipses and this evolution of energy that we're going to be experiencing on and around the 4th of December with this eclipse. If you want to trace back your journey, think about where you were at June 5th of last year. What was going on in your life? What was coming to the surface for you? And then kind of trace that through and see how you've evolved since that point. I'm so excited to be talking with you guys about this, and I cannot wait to see what the cards tell us about this energy because it is truly magnificent. Now, this eclipse is happening at 12 degrees of Sagittarius. So it is happening in alignment with this point in the galaxy known as the Great Attractor. And so the Great Attractor is an anomaly. That's what scientists call it. They don't really understand what it is. It is this point of energy that is simultaneously receding from the galaxy and rushing toward it. It is a place where time and space becomes warped, right? The laws of time do not function here. This is an energy that consumes galaxies. And so our galaxy is being sucked toward it, but at the same time, it is like receding from us. So it's essentially just this incredibly mysterious point of energy that some consider to represent God's source energy itself. And it is linked to another point in the sky that we have at 27 degrees of Sagittarius, which is known as the galactic center, which many people refer to also as the grand central sun. So these are both very mysterious points in the galaxy. And whenever we have energies that are in alignment with these I don't even want to call them anomalies, with these beautiful mysteries of the universe, we have a lot of this energy that feels like fate, that feels like destiny coming in. It is a huge influx of light energy, of activational energies, and it's really moving us through timelines here. And we're going to see this with the 1212 portal as well, which kicks off not too long after this eclipse, where we are moving through timelines very quickly. Timelines are condensing, they are speeding up. We are jumping timelines. And so this energy with this new moon total eclipse is really kind of projecting us forward. And we've probably been feeling this energy already as we are being moved towards where it is that we are meant to go at this time. Not only do we have this fated aspect to this eclipse because of its conjunction with the Great Attractor, but we also have a lot of heavy aspecting of the vertex in the chart for this new moon, and the vertex is a point of fate. And so it is very much that energy of destiny and fate, us being moved along the trajectory of our dharma, of our life purpose, of our destiny, and possibly being very surprised at where that destiny is leading us. I wanted to read you guys something that I found on the Great Attractor because I think this energy really sums it up incredibly well. And this is what it says. It says, "In come the themes of destiny, fate, and free will. It's suggestive that once one has entered this current of the Great Attractor, the outcome is set in stone. You will be devoured, consumed. No doubt the pull is crazy hard, if not impossible to resist. Is that really true, though? I like to think we always have a choice and that our strength and power are unknowable until triggered by a potent seductive current that feels like it could be a trap, or your destiny, or the voice of the creator. With any prominent conjunction or opposition in the natal chart to the Great Attractor, these themes above can be colorfully present, and the querent will feel this wild ride energy. Where are we free and where are we fated? What part do we play in the destiny of others? Where are we free and where are we fated? And so in addition to this energy, this consolidation and this sort of pinnacle, this beautiful integration point of this process of the rewiring of our belief systems, right? Where we're really beginning to cement in those new belief systems. We also have this incredible energy of fate and destiny coming in, where we are being moved and directed to our destined path. And we do have that question that each and every single one of us wants to ask. It is that line between free will and destiny, right? Between fate and destiny. Many of us may be presented with a choice. Do we follow the direction that our soul is calling us in? The direction that feels fated and destined, even if we don't understand it, even if we are struggling to trust it. But we know, right? We may not be able to fully trust it, but we know that this is where we're being called. Or do we make the free will choice to go a different direction? Which we absolutely can. We always have that option, right? Which path do we choose? And this eclipse is really going to be shining light on the path that our soul has chosen. Because that's really how it goes when we talk about fate and destiny, right? Our souls map out a course for our lives before we incarnate. That is, our soul has a divine blueprint for how it wants to experience this incarnation, what it wants to, the objectives that it wants to accomplish, the things that it wants to learn, how it wants to grow. But we have the free will to deviate from that plan at any time. Oftentimes, it's sort of like the GPS rerouting, where we always end up rerouted back to where we're meant to go, regardless of our free will choices, which is really fascinating, right? But we can always make those choices. And so for many of us, we are at a point like that right now, where we have the free will choice, and our free will choice may be very different from our destined choice, right? And we're feeling that push-pull of energy. We can see this when we have the ruler of this new moon, Jupiter, being the ruler of Sagittarius, in a square to Mars, right? So we can see that energy. We can feel that tension. And an interesting aspect of Jupiter square Mars as well, though, is this inflated sense of self-confidence. So that energy may be playing a part as well, where it's like we know what we're being called to do. We don't know how we're going to do it, but we feel this sense of competency. Like we know that we can. Right? So for many of us, it's not even necessarily that we don't think we can do whatever is being laid out before us. It's that maybe we don't want to, but we know that our soul does. And this isn't going to resonate for everyone. For some people, you're going to be routed to this greatest timeline for your greatest destined path, and it's going to feel 100% resonant, and you're going to be like, yes, let's do this, let's go, which is beautiful. But for some of us, there will be this bit of a struggle as well, as we're coming to terms with wherever it is that our life is taking us, which, as we said, may not be where we expected. And we talked about this a little bit in the video the other day as well. This energy that, because of the ascension and everything that's going on right now, the interplay of the energies as we are liberating ourselves, liberating our minds, our bodies, and our spirits, and stepping into our sovereignty, the forces that wish to curtail that process really doubling down. Timelines are speeding up and condensing in general. And so some of us are being thrown into a life that we may not have. Our destined soul blueprint may not have said we were, like 3-5 years from now, we might have been living this life. But now we're being thrown into those timelines now for some of us, because the energy is picking up speed, because that's what's needed and necessary. And so I really like how that quote that I read for you guys too talked about that energy of like, our service to others, right? Our commitment to others as well. Because it's so many of us, it's like, that's really the thing. It's like the plan for my life as an individual versus what is best going to benefit not only my own life, but also the collective, right? Humanity as a whole. And so when we see this choice, this is a really massive representation of the path of service to self versus service to others. Some of us may be asked to make some major sacrifices right now for the collective good. Or at least they are perceived by us as sacrifices right now. And so Spirit is just saying, trust me, trust that I see what you don't, that I understand what you can't, and that I would never guide you in a direction that would lead you astray. Anywhere that you're being guided to go right now, you are only being guided there so that you may feel yourself closer to me. It will only bring you closer to me. That's the energy. That's the message from Source Energy right now. And we don't have to understand how that's possible. We just have to follow the call of our souls, if we choose. If we choose. So it's an incredibly fated energy, but it's also that energy that is reminding us that we always have a choice, right? This life is what we make it. There's also an incredible energy of healing with this new moon. And I do want to mention as well, when we're talking about the rewiring of the mind and the belief systems, we can see here with Mercury conjunct the sun and the moon, that energy of the mind, right? So really that mind energy, a really big focus as well. As we're rewiring our perceptions, we're rewiring our beliefs. We are gaining a deeper mastery of our minds. So it's really, really powerful energy. Get lots of rest. Take really good care of yourselves through this eclipse, because it is catapulting us forward. We are receiving so much, and then through that 12-12 portal as well. So many active, like there's so much going on with our light bodies as well as our physical bodies, not just in our outer lives, right? This is happening on all fronts, and so we really want to take care of ourselves. But we do have Chiron very active in this moon as well, so there is that beautiful energy of healing. And we do have Sirius conjunct the North Node. So it's like that beautiful nurturing healing energy, really urging us forward, us being urged in the direction not only of our dharma, not only of our soul's calling, but of our greatest healing as well. Wherever it is that we are being called to go right now, there is incredible healing available to us there. Incredible healing available to us there. All right, I'm looking at my notes here to see if there's anything else we want to talk about. There's a lot of different alignments going on right now, a lot of really powerful alignments. We have Mars, Venus, and Neptune in a bisextile, so the masculine and the feminine and that higher spiritual energy, right? So once again, we have kind of the two energies with the masculine and feminine, and then that third energy, right? That higher spiritual energy that is created. So kind of a beautiful trinity of energies there, as both aspects of our soul, both aspects of our essences are really being brought into that higher alignment, into that higher awareness and form. And then we have Venus and Pluto 2 degrees apart. Their conjunction is going to be exact on the 11th. And I may not have time to do this video before I go to Egypt, in which case I will do it after, because this first conjunction of Venus and Pluto is only the beginning of a saga that we're going to be seeing going on throughout the first couple months of 2022. When we have Venus go into her retrograde, she's going to conjunct Pluto. Then not long after, she's going to go retrograde. She's going to go back through the earlier degrees of Capricorn. She's going to connect with Mars. And then the two of them are going to move forward and come into what I consider to be a triple conjunction with Pluto. They may be not the exact number that like literal astrologers look at, but their energies, they're going to be in the same degree point, even if they're not exact to the second, right? So, yeah. that energy is going to be incredibly potent and powerful. And there's a huge cycle going on with that energy that we're going to talk about when I do that video. So we're not going to get too deep into it right now, but we will say that for this new moon, they are already a couple degrees apart. Venus is coming up to Pluto for that first meeting before she goes retrograde. And this was a cycle that we began last year when we had the conjunction of Venus and Pluto. Right around this time last year, and so you can look back at that video and see. But one of the things that came up in that video was the fact that we were calling in more of our soul's light, more of our soul's power. And so there's this huge opening point happening with Venus and Pluto as well during this new moon eclipse. And yeah, it's just such a powerful transformative energy on so many different levels. All right, let's see. Let's see what the cards have to say about this energy, you guys. And we are going to be doing the new moon manifesting ceremony on this new moon eclipse. We'll see how we're guided to go. Traditional manifesting may or may not be the best way to work with these energies. We're going to let Source guide us into however to best tap into these phenomenal energies together as a group. So if you guys want to join that, that is going to be at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the information for that is in the description box below on how to join. That is a live Zoom event. I'm being called to the Quantum Oracle right now to get us started. All right, let's get some guidance. Let's get some energy for this new moon eclipse. Clear. New moon eclipse in Sagittarius. Total solar eclipse. And I do believe that this eclipse won't be visible to most of the world. I think it's like Antarctica where you'll be able to see it the most clearly. But it's going to be felt. We're already feeling it. We're already feeling it, you guys. We had that huge, powerful lunar eclipse in Taurus, conjunct the Pleiades, right? And that was a huge release point, and now there's a huge opening that is really initiated with this eclipse and then goes right through that 12/12 portal all the way to the winter solstice, really, the 21st, 12/21. Just December in general, a massive, massive quantum leap forward for so many of us. All right, what guidance do we have for this new moon? Total solar eclipse. All right. We have loss coming out with planning and action. Interesting. And so this is that energy of, remember, eclipses remove things and they bring things in. And so for some people, there is energy that has been moving out. There are things that are leaving our reality. And with planning and action here, it's like for some of us, it's like the loss of our plans. Remember, there's that quote that I always found pretty funny. It says something like, God laughs while you're making plans. And so, and that doesn't mean that we shouldn't make plans. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't dream. And we are the architects of our reality, right? But at the same time, we have this energy, this destined and fated energy coming in right now. And so where our plans were not in alignment with the grander destiny, the grander blueprint for our lives, we're having to release those plans. We're having to let them go because something different is coming in, something that was not planned. Yeah. Let's get some more. I want to actually pull... Yeah, we're going to go with the classic tarot here. Let's pull some tarot on this planning and action and loss. Clear. Tell me more about this energy. And for some people, though, it's also feeling like plans that you gave up on or plans that you... things that you had planned for, that you had decided that you wanted. And then it seemed like things weren't going to work out. So you gave up, you let go of that dream for a little while, you let go of that plan. All of a sudden, those long lost plans may begin to come to fruition, right? It's sort of like how, you know how we talk about sometimes like the dreams and the wishes that we forgot we had, the things we started to manifest and then forgot about. or we set into the manifestation in motion and then forgot about, those things coming through. So that's going to be interesting for some as well. Yep. Let me get some more energy here. All right, we have strength coming out. And this is the energy that represents, among other things, the mastery of the mind. The beast here, the lion, is a representation, a metaphor for the mind. And you see how how this lion is just like putty in her hands, right? She has tamed the beast of her own consciousness. So that card really represents a lot of these energies of this eclipse in general, and this eclipse season that began, these series of eclipses that began on June 5th, 2020. But this is also the strength that we've gained from the things, as a result of the things that we lost, the things that we perceived having lost. Yeah. It's like you see him here, the ship is sailing and he's not on it. It's kind of that kind of an energy. But if he's not on that ship, it's because he wasn't meant to be. And you know what else is interesting about this card too? Is the way he's holding onto this rope here. It almost makes me think that he let the ship go. Like the ship was docked and he untied it and watched it float away. So that's that energy of surrender. That's that energy of knowing that even though this was my plan, that plan wasn't meant for me. And so I'm going to let it go. I'm going to make that free will choice to allow what was not meant for me to leave. Set it free. For some, this is also the energy of like when you love something, let it go. If it comes back, you know it's yours. And so some people may be releasing people or situations, knowing that that were once part of their plans, but now it just, you get that knowledge, you have that knowledge that this person, this situation is meant to be released right now. That at this phase in your journey, they're not for you. And it's interesting because I think it was 22 minutes, 22 seconds when I said that. Yeah, so it's this energy of having the strength to let go. Having the strength and the courage to release what is no longer for us. To let go of our plans, right? The Emperor. This is that energy of sovereignty. And it's interesting because the Emperor is one who plans carefully and executes his plans. So I find that fascinating. Give me some more energy here. And the Fool. Yeah. So this is the energy, and we got the Eight of Cups on the bottom of the deck, walking away from that which is no longer emotionally fulfilling. And so this is where we have the courage and the confidence, right? The courage and the confidence to embrace a new beginning, to embrace a new start, to start with a blank slate, to start fresh in some area of our lives. Knowing that we have within us all that is necessary for us to succeed. This is a potent combination of cards right here. And these are all major arcana, the Strength, the Emperor, and the Fool. All right, so these represent huge, huge turning points in our lives. This energy. Whatever it is that we're being able to step into, it's like being asked to step into, it's like we're letting go of our previous plans. But this new beginning that we're starting is going to require planning too. It's going to require strategy. It's going to require for us to be in this energy. And some of the things that we've lost, some of the situations that we've gone through have really been the initiations that brought us into this energy. Right? from 2020 until now, we have been in this energy also of claiming our sovereignty, understanding ourselves as sovereign beings, understanding our competency. So it's like we're being asked to move forward into this new beginning, into this brand new cycle. This completely new and unknown version of ourselves with this strength and this confidence. And to really take action toward whatever it is, however it is that our soul is, whatever it is that our soul is guiding us to. And then we have the Knight of Cups pop out with the Ten of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So there's incredible fulfillment here for us. Incredible fulfillment. For some, this is definitely love. It doesn't have to be romantic love, though. It's just like an incredible amount of love is being offered to us. Love, fulfillment, happiness. It's like tenderness. So also, right now, looking at the wings on his helmet, right? Typically, they look at pages as messengers, but this Knight of Cups feels like a messenger to me. It's got that mercurial energy to it. Tell me more about this Knight of Cups here. Tell me more about this Knight of Cups. We have the Four of Wands. 1111 card, Union card. Stability, foundation. And we have the Page of Cups. So there's a lot of that beautiful, gentle, loving energy coming in. So there is some type of incredible stability, success, and fulfillment being offered to us. And we may be receiving messages about what will lead us to this. It's like the universe wants to offer this to us. Yeah. And for some people, this may come in the form of a reunion or an apology. I am feeling that reunion of souls. But like we said, this doesn't necessarily mean a reunion with a soul that you've already met in this lifetime. This is like souls from past lifetimes. We talked about this. This came up in the reading that I did. One of the readings for the December energies. One of the pickup deck readings. This reunion of souls. These new soul contracts that are being. It's so funny. I said soul contracts, and we have the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. That are renewing or coming into action right now, if you will. So yeah, there's this beautiful reunion of souls. There's this beautiful, strong foundation and fulfillment that is being offered to us, but it requires us to be in this energy, to be trusting. Right? This is like the fool is blindly trusting. Some call him naive, but he is full of faith and hope. That's the energy. But it's like at the same time, we're being called to be the emperor, but also be the fool. How can you be the emperor and the fool? How can you be both cool, calm, collected, strategic, logical, and also hopeful and gentle and open? And in this state of surrender. Seemingly conflicting energies, but we're being called to embody them both. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles here. Let me get a little more energy on the Seven of Pentacles. Temperance. Four of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. So for a lot of people, there's major shifts going on in our physical worlds, our outer worlds. And this is an energy that we're getting acquainted with now, because we are going to be looking at this very much as we move through 2022 with all of those. We just had that Taurus, Scorpio axis eclipse in Taurus, the lunar eclipse in Taurus. And we have a whole series going all through 2022 and into 2023 along this Taurus-Scorpio axis. We have a 6-year coming up as well, so it's very much balancing the practical and the spiritual, the material and the immaterial, right? So this energy of balance, we're absolutely learning that. We got the 2 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck too. But it's like looking at and reviewing what it is that we've created, what it is that is present in our reality, right? And alchemizing. Changing, allowing it to change form, seeing what is ready to change form, and allowing that process of transformation to occur. But I'm also feeling this energy of patience here. This deep and profound energy of patience. We're being asked to keep working diligently. We're being asked not to give up. But we're being asked to find that balance between holding on too tightly and, how do I want to say this? It's, I guess a better way to say this would be like we're being asked not to hold on too tightly, but we are being asked to stand firm and keep moving forward. To keep growing and refining ourselves. The stability that we desire can be ours, but we have to keep working towards it. We have to keep putting in the work. And when we get to the point where we are evaluating and we're seeing that what we're doing isn't working, or we're getting the sense that something, like we could be doing something better, we're being asked to evaluate that and to shift that energy, to transform that energy. Anything else from this deck before we move on? King of Cups. So that energy with the cups, man. We got the Page, the Knight, and the King of Cups all coming out. So there's a lot of powerful emotion right now. A lot of powerful emotion that we're experiencing. Yeah. And one thing that I always notice with the King of Cups, right, in this deck, is that he's actually holding 2 cups. One here and one here. And that to me signifies the choice. The choices, the choice points that we're all at right now. And it's interesting because it looks almost like he's getting ready to dip his toe in the water here. He's not quite there yet, but his toe, his foot is incredibly close to that water. And you see the ship behind him too. You see the ship and the fish. And the fish, we're seeing the fish. We saw it with the Page of Cups too, right? In the cup. That fish to me right now feels like abundance. It feels like joy and fulfillment. Yeah. So it's like one of these cups leads to that ultimate fulfillment. So which cup is it? The only way we're going to know the answer to that is to tune in with this water energy, right? Tune into to our souls. Tune into our emotions. Tune into our intuition. Yeah. Choose the path that leads to calmer waters. But don't be fooled about what path that is. Right? That's why you got to tune in. Because we know, right? We live in an upside down world right now. Everything is not what it seems on the surface, so we have to always be going deeper. All right, let's see any more. Clear. Any more guidance for this new moon? Total solar eclipse from the Quantum Oracle before we move on. Keep working too, right? Keep working to attain this level of emotional maturity. Right? That energy, we're being asked to remember it's not just the mastery of our minds. We must be masters of our emotions as well. And we must know how to keep the mind and the emotion in balance. And then we have the energy of playing it safe coming out. Where have we been playing it safe? Right? This is why we're being called to become the Fool. Because many of us have been playing it safe for far too long. Got family on the bottom of the deck. Right? Staying in the comfort of the known. Even as we're being called into the unknown. The only way to step into the unknown is to have faith. If we don't have trust, if we don't have faith, of course we're never going to do it. And then we have the vast universe coming out. Really beautiful energy here. Right? This is what you are. This is what you are made of. So why are you playing it small? Why are you playing it safe? When the vastness of the entire universe resides within you. You're never going to get in touch with your vastness. You're never going to be able to experience the fullness of that if you stay in this energy. If you keep playing it safe. Right? Growth always lies outside the comfort zone. Everything new, everything that we truly want and desire resides outside our comfort zone. Let me see if there's anything. When you receive this card upright, you know that this vast river of grace, abundance, and happiness is open for you. Opportunity awaits. Amazing connections are available to you. The eternal consciousness that co-creates all reality is in alignment with your own heartfelt desires. This is the time to focus your energy there by creating a treasure map or vision board filled with bright images, writing a clear attraction intention, or directing your angels to carry your intentions to the energetic realm. The entire universe is willing and waiting to respond. The entire universe is willing and waiting to respond, all right? And so this is the energy of like, even though like that destined path is calling to us, right? We are still creators. And so we are still able to consciously create our realities, right? We may realize that we're playing we're on a different level of the game than we thought we were now. All right? Many of us are leveling up. Like we said, those timelines are condensing and speeding up. But we still get to choose. We still get to create. And so there is this energy of setting intentions and moving out of this energy. Don't set those easy, safe goals. Right? Don't play it small. Don't play small. Think big. Set your intentions big and don't be afraid of this energy of loss. Do not allow your plans and your desires to be made smaller because of this fear of loss. This fear of scarcity. This fear of not having enough or not being enough. You are enough. You have enough. There is enough. There's more than enough. All right, what else do we want to pull here? I'm going to pull Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. See what guidance we have. What closing guidance we might have from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Clear. New Moon Eclipse in Sagittarius. For some of us, it might feel like our destiny is rushing at us at 1,000,000 miles an hour. For others of us, we're getting this clear message that it's time to be the map makers of our own destiny. What is it that you are seeing in your reality? What is it that you want to shift? What is it that you want to change? Are you ready to shift and alchemize everything that wants to be shifted and alchemized so that you can move into what is waiting for you? And as I said, what is waiting for you, I looked down at the loving man, which was on the bottom of the deck. And so for some people, there is like this beautiful masculine, divine masculine energy waiting for them. for those who that applies. And there was a reading, I think it was pile 2 in the December energies pick a deck reading. So some of you, especially if the energy of this is resonating with you, the reading was about a lot more than that, but that energy did come up as well. And the playing it safe and the loss energy came up too. So definitely something that may be interesting for some of you to check out. All right. So we have the Eyes of Beauty, positive expectations and clarity coming out. And this card has never come out before. Anytime I've used this deck, that's the first time I've seen it. And then we have the Hungry Ghost, obsession, scarcity, consciousness, attachment. All right, so there it is right there. This is the energy that keeps us stuck. This energy of attachment. This energy of scarcity. This lack consciousness, right? This energy of there is not enough to go around. So we're being asked to see through the eyes of beauty. And we're being asked to have those positive and cultivate those positive expectations. Right? That energy of a self-fulfilling prophecy. If we always expect the negative, we are going to receive the negative. If we expect the positive, we are going to receive the positive. Yeah. And so I'm going to read, actually. I want to check this out a little bit. And then on the bottom of the deck here, we have Sisters of the Seasons, cycles of growth, natural law, divine order. As we all move into this new season of our lives, right? But let's see here. The Eyes of Beauty. When the Eyes of Beauty show up as your ally, they require you to examine your perceptions. Do you see the world as perfect and beautiful? Can you retrace your steps from the past to now and see the perfection in the way reality has been created? Truly, perception is everything, and this is where we talk about this energy of our belief systems and our mental processes being rewired. A glass half empty is the same as a glass half full, yet so different according to how it's perceived. The Eyes of Beauty remind you that if you move forward with conviction, all is well now and always will be. You will see true prosperity as a result. Expect to see beauty and you will attract your highest good. And did we not talk about this, right? Moving forward with conviction. And this is the energy as we are being called to move forward with these beautiful positive expectations. This is the energy that's trying to pull us back. When the hungry ghosts appear on your path, they may not at first seem like allies because they represent your constant focus on the past and the consuming excuse me, you guys. Whew! Tongue-tied here. I'm going to start over because this is important. When the hungry ghosts appear on your path, they may not at first seem like allies because they represent your constant focus on the past and the consuming desire to know the future, which rob you of your true presence. But in fact, they are here in the service of alerting you to obsessive thinking and addictions. They're masters at magnifying repetitive behaviors. This message is for you to examine whether you're doing the same thing over and over while expecting a different result. This time will be different, and I have control over this, are false statements and a sign of deep denial of the truth. Now is the time to let go of that thinking. Surrender your will, your life, your heart's desires, and all that pains you to the divine. Order will be restored in your world. The hungry ghosts also bring an understanding about the distractions of life that seduce you into forgetting what you really desire. They're asking you to become aware about what others want, and what the culture dictates will make you happy may not be what's best for you. Don't get caught up in outside appearances. All that glitters may not be gold, at least not for you. Look beyond the veneer and you will find the true substance in your life. You deserve nothing less. And this is really beautiful, really powerful energy. And this is energy that we're going to be working with as we move through 2022 as well. This is the energy of learning how to be present. Learning how not to live in the past or the future, but to be here now. Learning how to appreciate what we have now and to have that positive outlook, that empowered outlook as we move forward. To pay attention to repetitive patterns and addictive thinking. Remember, these are the cycles that we're closing out. All right? These are the cycles that we've been closing out. And this came up too in one of the piles for the December pick a pile reading, pick a card reading that I just did. This energy of if you do the same thing over and over and again, you're going to get the same result. Right? The definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. If you want something different than you've gotten in the past, you got to do something different than you've done in the past. And so this is what we're learning. We're really becoming aware where we are doing the same thing. And we want to see why. What is underneath that? What is the motivation for that? What is the intention for that? What is the root? And if you guys want to understand this better and you want assistance with this, please reach out to me. My email is in the description box below. This is also about really understanding what it is that we personally value and desire. And understanding how the outer world is designed to separate us farther and farther from true fulfillment. And how we have to be able to define that for ourselves and not let that be defined by a culture that was organized to make us feel empty instead of full. Right? Yeah. So it's being able to identify. This is that energy of consumerism. This is that emptiness, the hungry ghosts. That energy, those patterns, those attachments that keep us wanting more. Where we never feel satiated. Right? And so we drink and we drink and we drink. And we eat and we eat and we eat. And we take and we take and we take because we're always trying to fill a void that cannot be filled with what it is that we're trying to put into it. Right? So what is it that I truly desire? What will truly satiate me? That is what we're being asked to look at here. And many of us are being offered something that will truly satiate us if we can recognize it as such. Right? Yeah. The Ringmaster of Scrutiny, Discernment, Clear Vision, Details. To every little thing in your life right now. These are all the details that are showing you what it is that you need to know, giving you the clarity that you need to proceed. So pay attention to everything right now. Look beyond appearances. Look beyond appearances. We got trust, the chess queen on the bottom of the deck. Trust, strategizing. There's a lot of this energy of strategy right now. Of discernment. The importance of discernment. The importance of being able to see and recognize the truth. Yeah. Really interesting, really powerful. So a lot of truth being revealed if we know where to look, right? Let's see. This ally is on your side to point out the deeper meaning of what unfolds in your life, and he reminds you that every moment counts. Staying present in this perfect moment, observing the minute things, leads you to manifest your highest good and greatest desires. Grand gestures are for other times. It's the smallest acts that really count right now. Yeah. Look closely and pay attention to the smallest elements of what's being presented to you on your path. It's in these details, not the broad strokes, that you'll find the breathtaking beauty and perfection in what you observe. Yeah. And as we observe, right, all of these little things, these little details, that brings us even deeper into presence. And I want to look here as well. All right, yeah, I think this is this feels like it's going to be a perfect closing card. Although I love how we have the Arrow Master under this as well, which is all about hitting the mark, intention, and detachment. So setting that goal, setting that intention, letting that arrow fly, and then releasing the attachment to the results, right? So this energy of releasing attachment is so important right now. But we're going to close with the Chess Queen. The Chess Queen says, the Chess Queen has all the tools you need to aid you in your quest for a life of purpose, peace, and prosperity. When she arrives as your ally, you're given the task of asking Spirit for a vision for your life. And may I say, many of us are receiving that vision through this eclipse. Ask also to know the right actions to ensure your part in the process of unfolding. Then, with a sense of trust, allow the strategy to be given unto you by the divine. Are your own goals and desires in alignment with the divine plan for your life? And that's what we're finding out right now. And if they are not, this is where this energy of loss comes in. Perceived loss, right? This is a reminder that there is your plan, and then there is the divine plan for your life. When you're in alignment with the latter, all manner of messages are delivered to aid you in taking the next right action for your life. The chess queen says that you will win this game as long as you let Spirit choose your moves. Follow your bliss in the inspired messages delivered by your soul. You cannot lose when you enter the realm of the chess queen and she appears as your ally. You will win this game as long as you let Spirit choose your moves. All right? The fated versus the destined, right? Free will versus divine will. Powerful and potent stuff, you guys. All right, I love you. I appreciate you so incredibly much. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to join us for that new moon total solar eclipse manifesting ceremony, the information is in the description box below. If you would like to donate to the channel, there are links to do so down below as well. And my email is down below with a list of the different services that I offer. Reach out to me. Let me know what you have going on. We can decide what might fit you best. If you are looking to do any one-on-one work with me, it is always my honor and my privilege to do that with you. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and let me know. You are all amazing, amazing, amazing souls, and I will talk to you very soon.